Welcome to the next lesson of Website Building Masterclass. In this video, we're going to talk through wireframes, what they are, how to use them, and then I'm going to show you the wireframe that we're going to be using for the rest of this training, essentially for the one-page website we're going to build together. So let me share my screen really quick so we can go through this segment about wireframes. All right. Okay. As I've talked about in other lessons, if you know someone that you think this video would be helpful for, friend, family member, colleague, someone that is a freelancer, consultant, coach, um, share it with them. The goal of this course is to help free business owners, freelancers, coaches from needing someone to build their websites, so they don't have to pay an arm and a leg in order to get a website, to start their business, to manage their websites, to do the projects that they want to do, those type of things. All right, so what is a wireframe? So wireframes are visual guides that represent the framework of the website or web page. What we're going to be looking at today is just going to be one page, because if you recall, I said at the beginning of this, I highly recommend that you do a single page website to start. The reason why we do that is that if we build a single page website and website and ready to launch much faster than if we try to build all of it. Okay. So let's get into some tools for creating our wireframes, right? So if it's our layout or framework, we just want to know what it is that we're building before we just jump into the process of building. Now, he- practically speaking, most new most people that are new to building websites don't do this step, um, because you don't have enough experience yet to like see what you think a page should look like. When you've been doing it for a while, you start like, well, I know I need this section here, and I know I need a hero section, I need an about me section, I need this, and you have some idea of what you want that to look like, or at least a general vague picture, right? So you can start building. And what I learned is that once I started like using elements and dropping elements and really understanding what an element looked like, I was able to start doing wireframes. It wasn't until I kind of got a better feel for what stuff could look like that I was able to do this process. So if you go through this and you're like, Maurice, I don't think this is going to work for me, that's okay. It's okay to build it inside of the tool. Um, if you know that you have something that you're going for, it is definitely recommended that you start designing that out of the tool. So when you go in, you can build it a lot quicker. Okay. So the first one is just a pen and a pencil, or a piece of paper and a pencil. These are really nice. They're super quick. You can make sketches, just general ideas of what you think the page would look like. Um, they're great because you can make really quick adjustments, and you don't need any special tools, special equipment. Just something to write with and something to write on. The second one is your digital tools. And these are particularly, I will tell you, the only one I've ever used is Adobe XD. I have tried wireframe.cc, but the point is that there are tons of tools that you can use in order to try to build a wireframe. The one I'm going to show you today, I've built inside of Canva, right? So as long as you're able to create the frame for the website, that's all you need. Okay. More advanced wireframing tools will allow you to create interactive wireframes that you can see. You can click on stuff and see how things will work. But to be fair, I don't build those. On small projects, it doesn't make sense. Okay. So let's talk about some best practices for wireframing. We want to keep it simple, focus on the layout and the functionality without worrying about design and details. Okay. The objective is to give yourself a framework so that you know what you're building. We want to use consistent symbols. We want to develop a set of consistent symbols and labels that we're going to use for different elements. So if you use a if you use a rounded button in one place, you want to keep using that rounded button all throughout. That's going to help with people knowing what it is that they're looking at and understanding. That's going to help people know what they're looking at and then understanding what it is that you want them to put into the design. Okay. Collaborate and get feedback. So when you have your wireframe, don't be shy to share it with other people that you think is going to be able to give you really good feedback. So if you design something and you're inside of the community, by the way, if you want access to the rest of this website building masterclass, feel free down below, down in the captions. You'll be able to find the link to the community if you're not already a part of the community. Um, Feel free to, if you create one of these and you're part of the community, feel free to share your wireframe with me, and I will take a look and just kind of walk you through some things that I see that may be missing. You want to iterate. So your first wireframe is not your last wireframe. I will tell you now, as I design mine, I'm constantly looking at it and going, you know what, really can move this here and do this here, and I prefer this over here, and it's okay, right? That's how it goes. And then finally, we just want to make sure that we're sharing this course. After this, we are going to review, but if you found anything in here helpful, make sure you share this out. So let's look at a wireframe. We are going to pop over into Canva. Let me get it pulled up here in just a second. I'm going to pop over into Canva, and we are going to get that popped up there. I don't know. Let's see if I do. Move this really quick. Stop sharing. Let me get this shared. All right. I don't think if I do this full screen, it'll let me have some of the flexibility that I want. So I'm not going to do this full screen. So this is essentially what a wireframe looks like. Again, just a framework layout of what the website is going to look like when we're done. I'm going to walk you through the sections so that you can see what they are, because this is what we'll be creating together. I'm not going to go too in depth here because as we go through, we're going to be I'm going to be referring back to this, and then I'm going to be building these pieces and kind of talking you through. So the first piece here, and you'll notice I've tried to group them together. So this piece right here, this is the header, right? And the header is the top of the website. This is usually static, regardless of where you are on the website, okay? Then right here, we have our hero section right here inside this big square. This is kind of the main piece of the website. Then we have our trust icon section, okay? Down here, we have our about section. So this will be where you put your information about you. Down here, I switched some things up. And this is essentially like the three, so some context. If you are a small business, service business, and you have a few services, whichever ones that you primarily do, here's where I would put like how to get whatever transformation without doing something, right? So like this one, I might do how to get more clients, how to get more customers without um, spamming people in the DMs, or um, how to use a 90-minute workshop to get, you know, X number to get more clients, more customers, to get consistent customers, right? So that would be something like this. And then over here would be something around using content, how to make videos that get attention. And how to use short form video to turn strangers into contacts or strangers into leads. And then this one might be something about how to write a book that makes you the authority on your subject. I don't know, right? These are just some basic things that I might put here. I haven't quite decided what those 3 things are. I know one's going to be short form video, the other is going to be something to do with workshops. I don't know what the third is. Okay. Then down here we want a testimonial section, some sort of review section. I have a tool that I'm using now to help with this and make this a little more seamless, and then help with like pulling in fresh reviews without me having to do this, like constantly go in here and add this. So I'm really liking that tool, and I'll share this with you later on. And then down here, this is actually, this is your footer, right? This piece here. So we have map section, just like where are you located, business name, a city, address, phone number, and then down here you have your compliance pieces. Now this is a separate section. This live chat box, you want to have some sort of live chat. Now this doesn't, I'm not gonna, matter of fact, I was gonna talk about what to do with it. I'm not gonna share that right now. I'll talk about that more in later sections as I really talk about like how to set that up. Okay, so that's what I got for you on this video. This one's a lot shorter. I just want to show you what a wireframe is, walk you through it. We're not going to build one. You're more than welcome to build something on your own. I will share this so that you can get access to it as a template. And if you would like to go through and do your own design, your own version, feel free. But this is just so you know that these exist. And if you hear it, you know what it is. And as you start getting better with it, you may want to start building these yourself. So that's all I got for you. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. We're going to be getting into actually setting up the hosting. And in that video, then after that video, we'll start actually building stuff. So it's going to start getting pretty exciting here.